Good evening and welcome to the second season in our broadcast. We'd like to just say what a good season it was for season 1. We really enjoyed the broadcast sessions in that particular season, and we loved the support that we received from all who gave us their support. It is such a wonderful thing to launch another season, and we'd like to just say thank you to our crew members as usual. So we say thanks to Stefan, we say thanks to Kelly's, Jovan, Anna, and of course thanks to God and myself. In this particular season, we wanted to look at a podcast launch, and so we're launching our podcast. We're launching our podcast for this particular season. It is one that you don't want to miss. So to set the stage, we wanted to look at menopause, the topic of menopause. Menopause in particular because the stages of menopause are stages to be prepared for. And so, menopause preparation stages. These are stages in a woman's life that leads up to a stage called menopause. There are numerous articles on menopause, but not enough time sometimes to read them, and not enough time to get literature to prepare women on them. So due to this lack of preparation and due to the need for literature, they go through every and each stage of menopause, not knowing or even accounting for what is happening within their bodies. And so we wanted to address this particular topic area. What is menopause? The brief definition of menopause and the onset. Menopause is a stage or period in a woman's life where she stops having periods or menstrual cycles. A period also signified by the inability to get pregnant due to the cause, pun intended, or the stop of the cycle. It is also a period that is marked or signified by the lust period or signified by the last period leading up to the actual ending of the cycle. Now, during its onset, there are some signs that you can see. There can be missed periods or menstrual cycles, as we call them, along with the occurrence of spotting during those moments. These are the moments, of course, leading up to the last cycle. So you might ask, does menopause come all at once? In all honesty, menopause does not come all at once, and most girls or females grow up missing the stages that leads up, the early childhood stages and other stages that leads up to menopause. Even mothers too miss this, and some miss out on motherhood. The truth is that a girl, child or baby is born, and then she grows into girl from the toddler stage, and then now she is allowed to learn about certain things in development, but not all of the developmental stages, especially those related to menopause. And during the child's development, that's the girl child, the stage of about 7 or 8, they could actually experience a term called agenar, or people might say agenarchy pronunciation, because now this is a period where the associated hormones of puberty begins early onset, creating mood swings and crying tantrums to prepare the girl child for the years of puberty when the actual aging actually occurs. Now, in this particular period, there are also some other things along the way developing to this menopause in childhood. Looking even at the terrible twos or the terrible fours, these are periods that could also be significant of the onset of the development of the hormones associated with puberty and also associated with menopause, because menopause is of course an occurrence at the end of puberty. In a real aging arc, of course, the pubic hair and the hormones would come. Now, when in these young stages they develop the aging arc, of course the pubic hair and the hormones of the real puberty stages don't come. So there's no fullness of any one of the sexual organs or any other types of development experience. But the moods and the characteristics that you might observe in each child at that stage could very much be signs that we need to look into as we try to process the stages leading up to menopause. Perhaps what type of mood would the person have, perhaps what type of mood swings and tantrums would see, and so forth and so on. There are also other pointers to take note of. When we talk about motherhood and the missing of motherhood due to the fact that we do not prepare ourselves for menopause, a lot of us don't know that there's a biological clock, and a lot of us don't know that the biological clock is there to guide us. Some people even don't believe in a biological clock, and some people don't know that what the biological clock is referring to is the fact that you have a certain time set for childbirth to occur, and when those years are finished, then you'll be going through menopause, which means you're no longer able to conceive as you would have in your earlier years of menopause, of menstruation cycles and periods, right? So therefore, we have to take note of those, because yes, you have women out there that say, I don't want to have any children, but at the end of the day, you have a cycle lasting over a certain period of time. So even though you're saying that sometimes by mouth and you have those philosophies, you still have to take in consideration your biological clock. And also, it's a point for you to say, am I really serious that I don't want any children? Or am I just saying it because, of course, your biological clock is running and you don't want to miss out on motherhood? You don't want to just join in with the bandwagon of the masses of people that are saying, I don't want to have any children, if that is not really what you are supporting or what you really want. So you have to ensure that you are observing the biological clocks as well. Then again, there are some mothers who don't know anything about menopause. They themselves, they are mothers, as I said, but they don't know anything about menopause, and also to find some early strategies to combat certain of these behaviors, certain of these mood swings, and how to control them even as we go through them, whether through meditation or yoga